was thinking, we do the bone marrow today, we hit both the knees. Because for the back, I'm only going to use PRP. When I do bone marrow, I do get a fair amount of blood too from the bone marrow itself. So the knees will get the stem cells today for the first time, and along with that, the growth factors that come from the bone marrow. So we focus on treating both knees today with the bone marrow because I don't want to get that out of the way. Yep. So I was thinking of doing a complete lumbar spine because spine is not something we visit that frequently, but at least get you all there. So what do you think?
It's a time thing for you, so let's rock and roll. Let's get into this.
Get the bone marrow, get the...
You and me just do the work.
You not being active and stuff. Because the knees, with the stem cells, with the PRP, I usually give you a week, 10 days, right?
Yeah.
With the stem cells, it's slightly longer.
I see.
You will be able to modify that.
Okay.
We'll talk more about it, when the cells are cooking. Yeah. So I do need a little bit more time with the stem cells.
I got you.
Great. Anything else has changed? The blood work and all good?
Blood work's beautiful.
I know you were at the lab getting...
Got pretty steady on the 120/80 on the blood pressure, but she got 7,000 over 50. So we'll go off of what I normally get. So this is one of those
thousands,
things.
Right? Yeah, everything has to be in thousands. How can the blood pressure not be? Let's have him change.
Let's change and we'll rock and roll. We're doing the knees.
You're going to be laying on your belly.
For the knees?
Yeah, for the bone marrow. Okay. So this is the first time you're undergoing bone marrow. And under the x-rays, I'm going to localize a part of the bone where we have the richest source of bone marrow cells.
I see.
So we're going to harvest it. Usually I need to go only on one side, but if the harvest material is not good enough, I might have to go on both sides. Okay. Draw out the bone marrow. So that itself has to be done. So just to give you a perspective.
You got it?
Yeah. This guy walked into the clinic this morning and look what happened. What we did to him.
He's done.
Only for you. I told him I need to show someone a skeleton. So this area, so it's not the spine, it's not the hip joint. You see this part of the pelvis, it's called the posterior superior iliac spine. That is one of the richest sources of bone marrow. You know, virtually go in any area in the spine. Bone marrow is basically the pulp inside the bones, but the richest source of stem cells is going to be in that area. So you will be on your belly. Under the x-ray, I'm going to localize that spot, give you some numbing medication on the skin, and lots of numbing medication on the bone surface itself.
And numb it up, your belly down. You're going to draw and pull some out and
pull some bone
spin it
marrow
the same
out.
way.
Everything else it's slightly more evolved process for spinning. So once it comes out, then you're just off the table. You can be sitting outside on the chair, relaxing. Give me about half an hour, 40 minutes. Get some bone marrow cells ready.
Or something.
Relax. Cells ready, and then we are just ready for the injection.
All right.
That's right.
All right. I'll get changed and let's rock and roll.
Yeah. Yeah. This will, whatever bone marrow I pull today, within 48 hours you would have reformed, especially with your kind
so
of
maybe
diet and stuff.
maybe heavy squats tomorrow is not gonna happen.
No.
I'll wait till Monday.
That was anyway not gonna happen.
We're going in right now, guys. So you will see some fun stuff and some wild stuff.
What's the wild stuff? I
don't know. I took some medicine to calm me down, so we'll see what happens.
The wild stuff. I don't care about anything else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Between PRP and bone marrow.
So when we talk about regenerative cell therapy, there's a spectrum of cells which are available to us, right? PRP is something we draw from the blood, the platelets, which has 10 growth factors, but PRP by itself is not stem cells. What PRP is a very good fertilizer. So I like to call PRP as the fertilizer, and then the stem cells are the seeds for regeneration, which right now the sources which are available to us, I mean stem cells are present in every organ of the body, but the ones that we can easily remove and have been removing it for years for other purposes is bone marrow or fat, right? So liposuction is like the time-tested procedure in the world of plastic surgery, although how it is done for stem cells is very, very different from the way it's done for plastic surgery. But nonetheless, fat can be removed without any side effects on the body, It's the only thing no patient has ever asked me how much I'm going to remove. The more the better. But it's a excellent source of stem cells in there. And then so is with the bone marrow. I mean, the knock on the bone marrow is that people often, the general impression out there is it's going to be painful, it's going to, cause some damage to their body, and, nothing is further from the truth. It all comes down to the expertise of the person who's doing it. I've been doing bone marrow aspirations for almost 15 years now in my office, and majority of our patients, and anytime I do a bone marrow, I ask the patient, what their experience was, because there's such a fear. I've had doctors as my patients who refuse to undergo bone marrow aspiration because that's the general. And yes, like anything else, if somebody does it and they don't know what they're doing, it can be a very painful thing. Fat, not so much. Everybody wants to get rid of fat. But that's the big difference when we talk about PRP versus stem cells. So PRP is excellent, and almost all of the stem cell treatments, I always use some form of PRP, either before the treatments, after the treatments, because it's an excellent fertilizer. 10 super growth factors in there, and they all aid in the process of regeneration and repair.
So right now, then you're gonna go in there and you're gonna actually draw the bone marrow from Mike.
Correct. So with Mike, he's obviously stayed on top of it, and he values what he does so much. He wants his joint to be in optimal conditions. So we've done about 2 or maybe I think 3 rounds of PRP on his knees over the last year and a half. And I feel like he's at a point where he could use some extra help, because like I mentioned, PRP is great anti-inflammatory. It will calm the things down. It will help the process of regeneration, but it's not stem cells. PRP is not stem cell therapy. It is one component of cell therapy, but not stem cells itself. Stem cells are the seeds that actually cause regeneration and repair. So this time we decided, hey, let's get him something stronger. And we're going after his own stem cells. And like I mentioned, the sources are fat, which would be very hard to find in Mike. I'm sure if I wanted to, I can. I've had a lot of buffed up athletes come. But we thought, hey, why not bone marrow? He's, and we're going to do that. And, I look forward to Mike actually sharing his experience, because like I mentioned, there's such a fear factor with bone marrow. So it'll be nice to hear what he says once he comes out of the room.
All right, let's get to it.
Especially if I come out alive too of the room, then we know it was good.